No? There we are. Yes.
78090.
A blue hen. A red cock.
Man's affinity with pigeons can be traced back over thousands of years. During wartime, they were used to carry secret messages and in fact were awarded more Dickin medals than any other animal. One such pigeon that was awarded the Dickin medal was Winky, who belonged to a Mr. Ross of Dundee. When a Beaufort bomber crashed into the North Sea some 150 miles east of Aberdeen, it was Winky's gallant flight that alerted the rescue services to the plight of squadron leader W.H. Cliff and his crew. Thanks to Winky, they all lived to tell the tale. The pigeon's role today is somewhat different and provides enjoyment to thousands of people, be it showing or racing. There is no age restriction on being a pigeon fancier, whether you keep them as a pet or as an athlete and partake in the sport of pigeon racing, the reward is immeasurable. In most towns there is a pigeon course, and information about your local pigeon club can be obtained from the Royal Pigeon Racing Association, whose headquarters are near Cheltenham in Gloucester.
Good afternoon, Royal Pigeon Racing Association. How can I help?
Here there is a dedicated team of staff that are employed by the members of the association. This could be described as the nerve centre, as it is from here the fanciers receive their registration rings that the birds carry on their leg. There is also a distance department who calculate the distance that the bird will fly from the release point back to his own loft. One very important role here is to repatriate any lost birds, as the registration ring that they have on their leg has a unique number, GB being the country of origin, the year it was born, an identification letter, and a 5-digit number that identifies which club and individual the ring was issued to. With this information, the bird can be quickly repatriated with its owner. Other work that is undertaken here is the booking of ferries for the many transporters that each week travel overseas to liberation points on the continent. And then there is the end of year bash, so to speak, at Blackpool, in January. Yes, that's right, January. The whole town comes alive from thousands of visiting fanciers. The winter gardens are taken over by many trade stands selling every conceivable product to do with pigeon sport. In the ballroom there is a beauty pageant, with the birds being judged on their looks and conformation. Pigeons are housed in a shed-type building that is called a loft, and this can be constructed from almost anything, though it's important that it's a tidy affair as we don't wish to upset our neighbours. They come in all manner of designs with felt roofs, tiled roofs, but suffice to say, this doesn't matter to the humble pigeon, and a converted garden shed is more than ample for racing pigeons. Or should you wish to have a couple of pets, then why not a mini loft on wheels? Pigeon races are usually organised from the end of April through to the end of September, and can be from a short distance of 50 miles right through to 500 miles from Lerwick in the Shetland Islands, from where Ray Farrington won the King's Cup with his blue checker cock. The birds are usually taken to the club on a Friday evening. They're handed to the marking committee, where the birds are entered into the race by either a rubber ring being placed on their leg or an electronic marker chip. When all the birds are marked, they will be loaded onto the transporter that will take the birds to the designated race point for that week. Here the birds will be given a drink and, if necessary, fed, as all of these special lorries carry their own food and water. Prior to the release, a race controller will be checking on the internet that the weather is okay to ensure the birds have a safe flight home. When all is in order, and only then will the convoyer release the birds for their journey home. Meanwhile, the fancier will be readying his loft for the returning birds, perhaps a few vitamins or electrolytes, or a protein-rich brewer's yeast added to the corn, so they quickly recuperate from their flight. Yes, these are true athletes.